Good morning all, and welcome to just another Magic Monday. Your guide to navigating the cosmos for the week of May 31st to June 6th with all of the chaos that is occurring right now, what with Mercury retrograde, what with eclipse season. I'm giving you the tools of how to understand the planetary energies day by day and synchronize for your life to create more magic. This is posted every single Monday morning, and shout out to everyone who watches me from the East Coast because you all let me know that you would like it posted a little bit earlier in Monday mornings. So I've started scheduling them earlier. If you need it even earlier, please let me know. I want this to be there when you wake up on Mondays so that you can listen to it when you wash your face, brush your hair, and just basically co-create with the week ahead. So please let me know. It's new to this platform, so I do appreciate any and all feedback. If you gain any value in this video, liking, commenting, subscribing, only if I earn it, would be really appreciated because it really does help me to continue to create these videos every single Monday morning. So vibe check of the week ahead. And this is, if you're new here, this is a very informal, energetic, overall, what I think of when I look at all of the planetary energies to sort of give a visual that you can tap into. So for this week, I think of a vacation that one would take when they're undergoing a midlife crisis. We've got a lot of really dreamy, lovely placements, and there's this true enjoyment that we want out of life. But keep in mind, there's almost this crisis or chaotic energy tinging it. And that is because we're in the portal between eclipses. We had the Sagittarius lunar eclipse last week, and we have the Gemini solar eclipse next week. You can check out the video to learn more about those eclipses and how they impact your chart. We are in like sort of this in-between, and it's considered that we're in a time of fated entries and exits. We're emotionally turned up. We are a little bit more frantic, a little bit more ungrounded, a little bit more all over the place. And it gives us this crisis feeling, this now or never sort of feeling. And when you combine that with the energy of this week, which has some truly lovely transits like Venus trine Jupiter we'll talk about. We've got all this Pisces Neptunian energy that we'll talk about. It feels like a vacation, but a vacation that we take because there's this feeling of like, I've got to enjoy my life now. So to take it back to why I likened it to a midlife crisis, it's almost this energy where it's like, oh, okay, so I've lived technically about half my life, you know, if I'm lucky, I don't know when I'll go out. And have I really enjoyed it? Do I feel like I'm contributing to the causes that mean the most to me? Do I feel like I'm soaking up every moment of life? Do I feel like I'm creating the art that I want to create? There's like this chaotic, this now or never feeling where it's like, I've got to go to vacation. I've got to go to the lake. I've got to enjoy this life in this moment because this is all that we have. And it's sort of this higher level picture at it because we do have a lot of, like I mentioned, spiritual, humanitarian-based transits this week. So it's almost this energy of like getting out of the rat race and looking down at your life and being like, am I truly satisfied? Do I truly feel like I'm leaving my legacy? Do I feel like I'm helping the causes that I want to help? Do I feel like I'm spending enough time in nature? Am I indulging my passions? Am I creating art? So it's almost the energy when I looked at this week of someone, I pictured this like corporate businessman who suddenly is at work and he's like, I've got to go, and goes to the lake, packs his painting supplies so he can paint pictures of squirrels because that is his passion. So that's my take on the week. Let's talk about it day by day. So we'll start with May 31st. Mars trine Neptune occurred last night, but because Mars is a little bit slower moving than the moon, we typically sort of get a 2-day window for Mars transit. So we're sort of still in this Mars trine Neptune, which again is so lovely for any sort of vacation, visiting the beach. There's really this desire to get lost in something bigger than yourself. And so many people have May 31st Monday as holidays, many do not. So if you do have the day off, I would definitely say head to the beach or head to volunteer trash cleanup, something that makes it's a departure from your daily reality to reconnect to the big picture of your life. If you love painting pictures of squirrels by the lake, do that. If you love rollerblading, do that. There is a departure from our typical routine and a desire to connect to something larger than ourselves, whether it's a passion, a cause, a connection to nature, spirituality, whatever it is, give yourself that space. And consider doing it with a friend, as the moon will be in humanity-focused Aquarius all day, making really nice trines to both Mercury and Venus that are co-present in Gemini right now. Keep in mind, Mercury is retrograde, so this can cause more miscommunications. So be gentle with other, individuals. If, the plan was for 4 and they misunderstood and thought 5:15, be gentle. But this is a sort of energy where we're in the mood to converse with others, share ideas, and again, a departure from our typical routine with a pal or two. It really is a sort of vacation. Lovely. Let's enjoy life. Let's talk about the world. Let's talk about our passions. Let's talk about what we want in life. Let's learn from one another, because that is the energy of Gemini, is the eternal student of asking questions. And furthermore, in these eclipses, with North Node being in Gemini, North Node is what we're collectively meant to embrace or move towards. With North Node in Gemini, we are supported in asking one another questions. The South Node being in Sagittarius is sort of this righteous, I know it all and no one can teach me anything. Whereas North Node in Gemini is like, what can I learn from you? And if you feel this crisis point within your life of like, oh my gosh, am I doing what I want? Is this really what life is? Like, be open to ask other individuals, like, hey, have you ever experienced this feeling? Or asking your mentor, hey, what do you do when you feel this particular way? Be open to ask questions, be receptive to answers, and also just letting down like that ego, that guard of like feeling like you have to have it all figured out. Be open to ask individuals, because you never know, someone's perspective could really be the mindset that you need to be like, okay, that's really important to note. And it's also important to note that we have this now or never crisis type feeling. This isn't the time that I would necessarily suggest making huge decisions. Note it, take it as data points. Go to the beach with your friends on Monday, talk to them about the feelings that you're having in your relationship, in your career, whatever this eclipse story is bringing up for you, and take it as data points. Reflect. Journal on it, write on it. Clarity will come later in life, and this week in particular with all the Neptunian haze. It's not the time to fix all the things. It's time to be on vacation and take this bird's eye, sort of bigger picture look at it, and you can solve all the problems when you return back from vacation. So that is Monday, my friends. Really lovely, in the mood to connect with the world around you. And the moon will be void at 11:14 p.m. that evening. The moon enters Pisces at 2:07 a.m. and it builds to meeting up with Jupiter. Again, good feelings, feeling really expansive and feeling really able to give our time, give our energy. Pisces can be a very selfless energy because it is about dissolving boundaries and not being so well rooted of like, this is my life and this is my bank account, this is my time. Being like, okay, what can I do to give back to you? Because what are we here if not to help one another, right? So with Moon and Pisces conjoining Jupiter, this would be a great time to give back, to donate some time, to donate some energy to a cause, to create art. Something to be mindful of with this week in totality, and to also be mindful of if you are on a physical vacation or in the cosmic vacation of my metaphor of the cosmos this week, is just indulging too much, drinking too much. Again, when we're looking for this experience of connecting to something bigger, right? Our personal purpose, this connection to nature, whatever it is, sometimes substances can mimic that feeling of dissolving into a purpose bigger than ourselves, which is why when I meet with Piscean clients, Pisces is an energy that can be very escapist, and that can go to realms of drinking, because they want to feel that sense of connection. They want to feel that feeling of feeling devoted to something bigger, of being able to surrender to something bigger. But unfortunately, it sort of ends at the end of that bottle. So something to be mindful of this entire week is just being mindful around indulging too much. Find that connection into something that really feeds your soul and doesn't just, feed your momentary happiness receptors until, the buzz wears off. Wednesday is the last quarter moon. So this is the halfway point between eclipses. So this is when, the first portion of this week is just sort of dreamy and luxurious. And then this is when that crisis energy sort of pivots of being what do I need to change in my life to give me more meaning? And the thing is, you're not supposed to know right now, especially on Wednesday. And there just could be this feeling I've got to change something right now. Don't know right now. You're under the illusion of of Neptune, this Mercury retrograde is trying to make you get clear on certain shifts that you may need to make within your world, but it's not necessarily the time to do it, especially with this sort of high emotions on Wednesday and this now or never intensity. We've got the Gemini Sun and Gemini Mercury squaring the Pisces Moon, which meets up with Neptune. And so with that square, you know, Gemini wants all the things. Pisces is feeling everything so intensely. So it could be like this energy about like running away from something, of being like, okay, well, I'm on my, you know, midlife crisis vacation and now I do not want to return to work. This is not the time to make really chaotic, huge life decisions. Note it all as data points. You know, if your job really is sucking the life force out of you, that really is something to note. But this isn't the time that we're able to plan for the future in a very like sort of logical and methodical way. That clarity will come. Just wait a little more for Mercury to be direct, as well as for the next eclipse to take place. Another really exciting development is that Venus, the planet of beauty, of love, of luxury, enters Cancer, which is a sign of nurturing, of things that we take care of. Happy Venus return to all my Venus in Cancers. I have a whole video on why Venus return is significant and how you can find out when yours is, how you celebrate, how I celebrated. I'll link that in the description. But with Venus in Cancer, there really is this desire to want to nurture something, to want to take care of. That's why I'm saying so much of the energy in this cosmos is like around things that aren't just, you know, material goods. You know, we're out of Taurus season. So it's like, what in my life truly nurtures me? What do I truly take care of? And with Venus in Cancer, there really is this enhanced desire to take care of something and to find value in that. And I'm not saying like go adopt a cat, you know, spontaneously. Like I said, eclipse season, people can make really, really chaotic decisions. Think about it, note that. And this shouldn't be the sole reason of having something that you take care of, but it does, taking care of something does give you this feeling of purpose. Like for me, I don't have any pets, I don't have any children. I have plants. I take care of my plants, I water my plants, I mist my figs. It gives me a sense of purpose. I know I've got to get up in the morning and take care of something. I know I've got to earn money because I need to be able to provide for my plants. And I know all of the mothers and pet mothers are rolling their eyes at me. Plants aren't a huge deal, but it does give me, someone who, you know, has never really taken care of anything and has been the youngest in my family, a feeling of purpose, of taking care of something. I'm like, when I see my plants thriving, I'm like, okay, that's because I nurtured this. So there's almost this feeling with Venus in Cancer of finding this meaning in being able to help and to nurture something. And again, this could be a plant, a pet, a purpose, art, an individual. There's this desire to move closer to what makes us feel safe and what we can sort of nurture and support. Venus in Gemini, we wanted to learn all the things, be all the places with all the people. Venus in Cancer is like, I want to be at home and watch Netflix and cuddle and feel safe and be with the cat and take care of my immediate close reality. So again, with so much soulful sort of spiritual cosmos, there really is this like, what is it in my life that gives me purpose? What is it that I take care of within my world? What is it that I wish to bloom within my world? What is that makes me feel safe with Venus in Cancer? And taking action towards it, because technically like later that night, early the next morning, Thursday the 3rd, the Pisces moon will also trine Mars in Cancer, which is about sort of taking action towards what it is that we care about and what it is that sort of emotionally stirs us. Then Thursday the 3rd, the Pisces moon will close out with a sextile to Pluto, at which point it goes void at 4:10, and the moon will not enter Aries until 10:59. So if you're new here, when the moon's void, important task we must avoid. So Thursday definitely feels like a late start sort of day. And when the moon enters Aries, it's like out of our emotions. That is the downside of all of this Pisces dreamy energies, that we could be deep in the fields. And with Venus in Cancer, Cancer is a very nostalgic energy, so deep in reminiscing about an ex from like 6 years ago or something of the like, but moon in Aries is like, girly, let's get out of your emotions and let's spring into action. Sun in Gemini will also trine Saturn in Aquarius Thursday as well, which is really a stabilizing force. We could find we're a little less chaotic, a little less all over the place, and that we are really wanting to move forward and collaborate with the people and the projects that we are most passionate about. Saturn is retrograde, which happens a lot. The outer planets are commonly retrograde. We're in this really big sort of reflective state, sort of like how you would experience if you were on a vacation, right? Of what it is that we're working towards in our life, of our discipline, of our commitments. And so with Sun trine Saturn in Aquarius, it's like reviewing them and be like, do I feel like I'm contributing to the legacy that I want to live, or the humanitarian values that I really value, or the people that I want to be surrounded by? Then we also have such a beautiful Venus in Cancer trine Jupiter in Pisces. This is so delicious, and this is the sort of aspect that you just melt into, and I'll tell you why. So they are so supportive. Not only is it a trine, obviously, which is a harmonious flow of energy, but Venus is in Cancer, Jupiter is in Pisces. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So these are energies that are helping and supporting one another, even more so if this Venus trine Jupiter were to occur in any other sign, any other combination. So this is super rare, and it's so abundant. And the reason why it's so juicy and amazing is because these are very giving energies. That's why Venus is exalted in Pisces, this very selfless energy, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which is this very sort of nurturing energy. It's about being able to give and feel abundant in giving. It expands what it touches. Venus is pleasure, luxury, leisure, money, love. We're in the mood to connect with people, not in really a surface level way, like a way where it just feels very safe. It feels very nurturing. It feels very supportive. And it's sort of like, let me just like hold you as a human being. It is an amazing transit to spend some quality time with a lover. If you've been having difficult times with your partner, Thursday would be a beautiful time to really hear one out from a very grounded, sort of nurturing way. It would be great for a date night because we're really in the mood to expand and enjoy life. It would be wonderful to ask for a raise. People are gonna feel a little bit more giving, as well as if you have the means to do so, giving to a cause. Water is about flowing, right? And it's not meant for things to feel stagnant. So like life isn't just about assembling all of the resources so we can buy our fourth vacation home. Sometimes it's about giving to the causes that we're passionate about, the people that we're passionate about, and being able to let that abundance and that goodness flow from us. So in our midlife crisis vacation example, it's like the individual who's ascended to the top of his business career, and it's sort of this energy around, but what did all of that money that I acquired, what did that do for anyone else? Water is about how we can give our time, give our energy, give our resources, and people will be more receptive. We'll also find that we're a little bit more spiritual. It's such a beautiful energy. Definitely do something to celebrate, even if it's just relaxing at home with your cat. Keep in mind, with Venus in Cancer, we're going to be in the mood to be at home a little bit more than usual, but there is this energy around wanting to enjoy life, wanting to expand love, and wanting to feel very abundant and very giving. You could also find you get a random gift. That would be a great time to give a gift to yourself. Just so beautiful and so juicy. Friday the 4th, we've got the Aries moon all day. It sextiles Saturn in Aquarius at 1:24 and the sun in Gemini at 3:38. So it's hardworking, it's productive, it's focusing at the task at hand. Of course, with Gemini and Aries, there can be a tendency to get a little restless, especially since we're in between eclipses, because Gemini and Aries do thrive on new stimuli, new challenges, new information to learn. So if you're getting a little like bored at work, giving yourself permission to circulate, to find a different task. Or I've even found sometimes on days like this, when the cosmos is set up like this, I have like, 7 tasks that I want to do, and as soon as I kind of get bored or like frustrated with one, it's like, okay, on to the next one. So if you're getting bored, if you're in a rut, rather than banging your head against the wall trying to do something, switch it up, move to the next task, and then sort of circulate back when the other tasks are done, or you get bored of them, whatever comes first. Saturday the 5th is sort of like an abrupt ending to this vacation, shimmering, lovely feeling that we've been experiencing this week. As the Aries moon is bickering with Pluto, it's bickering with Mars, and Mars opposes Pluto. So it's a cardinal T-square. And I keep saying this term T-square. It basically means a very tense pattern within the cosmos. And with it in cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, these are the go-getters. They take action. So with so much in cardinal, there is a tendency to want to rush into making a decision or wanting to do something. And with Mars opposite Pluto, it's feeling powerlessness. So trying to regain power by making a decision or trying to assume authority over other individuals. It's almost like that energy when, you intimidate them or they feel jealous of you, so they need to like one-up you. Like that's a sort of energy on Saturday where it's like you're not feeling totally comfortable with where you are in life. Again, part of eclipses that we're meant to sort of acknowledge what shifts need to transpire. And it's almost this energy of trying to be dominant over a situation, and then it ends up with us feeling even more powerless than we started off in. So don't indulge in power plays. Try to watch impulsivity. Try to watch arguing with people for no reason. With the Aries moon and Mars and Cancer are in mutual reception, which means that they're in a sign that the other sign rules. So we're a little bit more apt to act on our emotions and act impulsively based on our emotions. Take a deep breath. Notice where it is triggering you. Like, is it because you don't feel powerful in your life in certain areas? Is it because this person intimidates you in certain ways? Like, be mindful of that, because if you just like sort of knee-jerk react, this is sort of energy where honestly you could have a mess to clean up on your hands. The vibe chills out when the moon enters Taurus at 10:46 that evening. Sun at a 6, back to a really beautiful day. With the moon being in Taurus, we're in the mood to ground down, indulge in a sensuality, in delicious foods, in lots of naps. And we've got a sextile to Jupiter in Pisces and a sextile to Venus in Cancer. So water nourishes earth, right? So with this sort of energy, we are grounding down. It is very sensual, it is very giving, it is very lovely. So that is our week ahead. There's so much beauty in the cosmos. Venus trine Jupiter, there's Saturn trine Saturn. It's sort of the energy when you're on vacation, looking out at the lake and it's sparkling and the trees are reflecting on, and real life just feels so distant, and you're just in the mood to squeeze out every drop out of this beautiful, precious experience. It really is a week that returns you back to what truly matters, which is love, which is living in the moment, and which is spirituality. There are some tense days, Wednesday and Saturday to be specific. Please soak up the beauty that this week has in store, because it has truthfully a lot. Friends, what did you think? Comment below. This week's word of the week, if you made it to the end, to comment below, is nail polish, and bonus points if you can use it in a sentence. My Instagram handle is @CometAstrology. Same with TikTok. I have 2 opportunities to take class with me if you are interested in learning more about astrology. I have a transit class as well as a Synastry class. Links to enroll will be below. I'm so excited to get cosmic with you all. Until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay